Thank you for staying tuned. It's Insight on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umoette. The waiting continues. Tempers are flying. Apprehension is heightened. Claims and counterclaims continue. Everyone seems to be a journalist today. But then there is a need for caution. There is need for us, especially as the media, to be circumspect. Our agenda-setting role is expected to be in use now. Yes, tempers are high. Most of the outbursts are predicated on emotions and sentiments. But again, we need to tread with caution. It's still Insight, and what else are we looking at if not the current political climate? And that's expectations from the presidential and National Assembly election. It's day 4, and we are still keeping tabs of what is happening. To help me make sense of everything today is my guest, Jide Ojo, who is a media professional, is also a socio-political analyst. I normally call him the media oracle. Jide, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Abuja.
Yes, you can join us on our live stream on YouTube by typing in Citizen FM 93.7, and you can also listen to us online on www.citizenfm.ng. Not forgetting our social media platforms. On Facebook, you can join us at Citizen FM Abuja. On Instagram, at Citizen FM 937, and also on Twitter at Citizen FM 937. So that's how it's going to be. In the next 25 minutes, we will open the phone lines, and you will have opportunity of calling in also, but you can send a WhatsApp message for now. Jide, straight on, a lot has happened since Saturday. Before we start, what's your overview of events since Saturday? I know that you were an observer in this election. What were the things you noticed before we get into the nitty-gritty of the issues?
Thank you very much, Lawrence, once again. Yes, it's our 7th election in this Fourth Republic, which started on May 29, 1999. The expectations were very high, and we all were holding our breath, hoping for a peaceful and credible election. I observed the election on the platform of Nigerian Women Trust Fund, and we observed the election from the gender lens, looking at women participation in the polls, looking at female candidates, those who female poll workers. You remember that INEC has gender policy for since 2018 or thereabout. The commission has gender policy, so we are looking at how the commission is implementing that gender policy in terms of recruitment of the two genders, whether men and women. So we are also looking at the security agencies, how gender friendly they are, the media practitioners covering the election, the civil society, the poll agents. So we are looking at all of that. Now, what I could say of 2023 election is, one, we need to understand that this election held against the background of insecurity and economic downturn. So having that at the back of our mind, we knew the election was going to be up to some issues. Unfortunately, I didn't see it coming that we will have late commencement of polls. And if we go by the number of polling units that didn't open on time, they were actually more than those who opened on time. That in itself set up a chain reaction, because when poll stations open late, many of the things that poll officials were supposed to do, they will forget or they will not consider it priority again. For instance, women, particularly elderly women, pregnant women, nursing mothers, are supposed to be given priority. They are not supposed to queue because there is a provision in the INEC regulations and guidelines that says there will be priority voting for persons with disability, elderly, Karu Maraba corridor, and many of the vehicles that want to come into town to possibly come and vote were not allowed. That is tantamount to disenfranchisement, but we all know the rules that at every election there will be lockdown for at least 24 hours. So there was also the element of non-adherence to the posting of poll unit results on the INEC result viewing portal. But I need to make a distinction that people who are very emotional think that that is an infringement of the Electoral Act. It's not. What INEC is doing with IRED is not electronic transmission of results. Results are still manually collected, and what is transmitted is not the result of the collation, but the result of polling units, which is not collated results. I don't know if I'm making sense to you, Lauren.
Yes, absolutely.
What I'm saying is that it's not tantamount to what the Electoral Act what the Electoral Act envisaged with electronic transmission of results. What we are having, which predates even the signing into law of Electoral 2022, because remember, IREF was created about 2020 and was first used in off-cycle election in Delta and I think Nasarawa before it was used for statewide election in Anambra 2021, in Osun-Ekiti 2022. So what I'm saying invariably is that as against those who felt that INEC has breached the Electoral Act, INEC hasn't breached the Electoral Act because the transmission of polling unit results was just an additional layer of transparency that INEC designed to ensure that there is a provision, there is opportunity for parallel vote tabulation. And see, all the political party agents that are now grandstanding, calling for cancellation of this election, all of them, they are sore losers. Sore losers to the extent that if the odds had favored them, none of them will have been calling for cancellation. Look at the Labour Party chairman. The only one state, Ekiti State results have been collected at the national level, and you are already calling for cancellation of the results. For what reason? So, Nigerians need to know that politicians are not worth dying for, and that their call for cancellation is it amounts to self-aggrandizement. Like I said, no law has been broken. It's because, listen to me, Lauren, each of the political parties that deployed party agents or polling agents already knew the outcome of this election. True or false? They all know. Because they are supposed to have their agents in all the 176,606 polling units where this election held. And anyone that doesn't have polling unit agents has shot himself in the foot. Because your poll agent, by law, statutorily is supposed to have a copy of your polling unit results. is statutory. If a party can say that, oh, we had an agent and we are not giving a copy of the result, that is understandable. That you can challenge. But that you didn't deploy a poll agent and then you are claiming that election should be nullified on the basis that it was not, the result of that polling unit was not published on IRED, is being clever by half. Because you already have a copy of that result. I mean, your agent should have. And if you are worthy of your contestation, of your participation in this election, you ought to have set up a war room or what we call situation room to do your independent tabulation. So when people are making a heavy weather about results not being uploaded on IRED is not a substitute for electronic transmission of results.
Okay.
It is not that the results that were transmitted were the collated results. You can see that the collated results from what to local government, to state level, to Abuja level, which is the national level, all the party agents already have copies of that result. They have it.
Okay.
So what is published, with the polling unit result being published on IRED, is just an additional layer of transparency. And if you check the IRED portal now, I'm sure as of yesterday night, about 76,000 results have already been published as at the time I left Channel TV yesterday. I'm sure by this morning, maybe it will have crossed the 100,000 mark. And the law does not state the time limit within which we should publish this result on IRED. Okay. IRED is nowhere written in any of the Electoral Act or Constitution. IRED is not written anywhere. So IRED has been there before 2022 Electoral Act. It was just designed by INEC to have an additional layer of transparency. And what my own point is that if as a political party that is serious, you already have the result, you can do your own independent tabulation irrespective of what is on IRED. And if you know that you are dissatisfied with what your party's performance is, you go to the tribunal and file a legal complaint. All right.
Jide, perhaps while a lot of Nigerians, especially political party officials, are making a heavy weather of this, is that prior to this, INEC used every opportunity to tell Nigerians that one of the strong points of this election will be the timely uploading of results from the polling unit. That we need to understand that. So there was a lot of expectation, high expectations from Nigerians that this would take place. Eventually, it did not take place.
I agree with you, Lawrence, but also understand the context. Did you read the text of Festus Okoye about the challenge they have with IRED? Did you read it? INEC has already come out openly to say they have glitches with that IRED because it's the first time that we are having a nationwide uploading of results. I have always had it at the back of my mind that, look, uploading 3,000 results or 3,500 polling unit results is not as same as when you have to upload 176,606 polling unit results. And don't forget, at the same time that you are uploading these results, there are over 1 million people who are trying to log in to download these results. So there is a lot of activities happening on IRED because of the interest this election has generated globally. So INEC has officially come out to say we are challenged with the IRED portal, which our technicians are trying to fix. You possibly are in receipt of that copy of that press statement by Festus Okoye Esquire, which was issued, I think, Sunday evening, to notify the entire global community about the challenges they are having and that their technicians are working to fix all the glitches and all of that. So INEC has come out to say it is not because they were trying to hide the authenticity of the result. That's one. Two, you also need to understand that INEC never contemplated the situation that happened in Osun State, where the result of that election was nullified based on controversy around number of accredited voters and the published result in 744 polling units. And possibly INEC was trying to be careful not to be too quick in uploading results until it has been verified and reviewed, so that they know that the accredited number of voters and then the results written on ECSA form tally. But our people are very emotional with election, because I understand that perfectly. Election is about power, empowering people, political power, and it's a big deal, because political power it comes with a lot of terms of office, and people always want to be the one to win in a political contest. Nobody wants to play the second fiddle in a political contest. So all the emotions and the bravado that is on display is understandable. People have invested their life savings in this election. They feel that the outcome should be different for them. But people should also understand politics is calls for the spirit of sportsmanship. You win some, you lose some. You cannot win all the time. And people should just stop this inciting statements and rhetoric.
Okay.
Because if you burn down this country, you have no other country to run to. So people need to temper and allow INEC to conclude this whole collation of results, and anyone that feels dissatisfied can then go to the tribunal. There have been so many people who retrieved their stolen mandate from the tribunal. It happened in Imo, it happened in Anambra, it happened in Oyo, it happened in Osun, it happened in Ondo, it happened in Ekiti, it happened in about 8 different states. And that is at the gubernatorial level. At the senatorial, House of Reps, State House of Assembly level, there are over 1,000 people who have gotten their victory back from the courts. So people should not burn down the country on the pretext that they want to have election outcome their way. There are processes and procedures to election, and it's a very complex one, and people need to understand that.
Okay.
And be less emotional about this whole thing.
Okay, Jide, let's look at the tension in the land. You have alluded to some part of it. Now, how would you say the political parties and even the candidates are handling this tension? How easy is this for the candidates to make their members, their followers, commit to peace?
That is why the National Peace Committee have made, for the very first time, Lawrence, for the first time, the National Peace Committee made political parties and their presidential and governorship contestants to sign to 2 peace accords. The first one was on 29th of September 2022, and the other one is the one that was signed last week, I think on the 22nd. Or thereabout of February. Yeah. And they all know the content of that is that they will be committed to peace. Because, see, the country is challenged economically and security-wise, and we should not inflame passion and set the country ablaze. And we should not have a defeat of June 12, 1993 on our hands. We should not have the military to have a leeway to wanting to come back into our governance process. So I'm making an appeal. I have no political interest. I'm not a card-carrying member of any political party, but I'm a patriotic Nigeria. I want the best for Nigeria, and I want people to be less emotional. The point is that many people are transferring today. They are self-serving. They are looking after their own stomach, their own body. Because if the election goes that way, they are the primary beneficiaries, not you and I. It's not you and I that will benefit. Some of them are already hiring the ministerial appointment. Some of them want to be talking to the federal government. Some of them want to be presidential aide. Some of them possibly have even got their name penciled down for one office or appointment or the other. So they see this ambition, their desire going up in flames, and as such, they want the house to collapse. For instance, even Obasanjo that is writing, seeking cancellation of this, what role has the Constitution given a former president of a country beyond the membership of National Council of State? And they have met and they have agreed that the election should go as scheduled. Why would one of them now come out to say, does Obasanjo know what this election, Lawrence, this election that they are calling for cancellation, this election cost the country 478.6 billion naira. Where will you get that kind of amount today? And is Obasanjo the court? Has the court spoken on this election? So I think Obasanjo should moderate his intervention. He has shown partisanship in this election. He wants Peter Obi to win, and Peter Obi cannot win this election given the pathway that is needed for him to climb to victory. That pathway is blocked. He didn't have a very significant showing in core northern Nigeria. And everybody has warned him ahead of this election, including his own state governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, that the pathway to victory, the clear signal is that there is no way Peter Obi can win the presidency of Nigeria, given the kind of campaign he ran. He ran an exclusive campaign, or how do I want to call it? Because his campaign was not inclusive. Okay, you went for Muslim Christian ticket, but then you chose to meet with Christian clerics in southern Nigeria. You start showing up at their vigil, at their churches to get endorsement from them. How many Muslim clerics endorsed Peter Obi? How many Muslim community did he visit? So when Tinubu was flying Muslim ticket, he thought he was stupid. He didn't know what he was doing. They knew, and Tinubu knew that he needs to get the northern Muslim vote for him to win. And that's what is paying off for him. Because he is seen as a minority from the south. Being a Christian, being a Muslim from the south is perceived as a minority. And now he's married to a Christian who is also a pastor. And if he had gone for a minority running mate in the north, yes, they will win Taraba, they will win possibly Plateau and Benue, but they will lose in the core northern states of the KKK, the Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, the Katsina, Sokoto, and all of the other core north. In fact, and I need to chip this in, Lawrence. People are making a mantle out of the molehill of what happened in Lagos yesterday. Because the first Peter Obi defeated Tinubu. Peter Obi never defeated Tinubu in Lagos. What people did not avert their mind to is that somebody may not win apparently any state in the 36 states and still be the president of Nigeria. The law, are you with me, Lawrence?
Yes, go ahead.
The law, Section 134 of the Constitution, those who have Constitution should go and read it. Section 134 sub 1 A and B does not say that you must win apparently any of the states. What it says is that you must win majority of valid vote cast as well as have 25% in 2/3 of Nigeria. So 2/3 of Nigeria is 24. Majority of valid vote cast. You can get that without necessarily winning apparently the state. That's what people don't know. So if I get 500,000 in Kano, I get 150,000 in Akwa Ibom. In as much as you are getting 25% in all the states and Abuja, and you win you also have majority of valid vote cast. Even if you did not win apparently any of the states, you can be president. That's what people don't know.
Okay, and
now, let me land on people. People is strengthened on southern Nigeria and middle belt, but that is not pathway to victory, because at the end of the day, what was his performance in Kano? He scored 28,000. He didn't get up to 5%, and he needs 25%. What is his performance in Jigawa, in Sokoto, in Zamfara, in Kebbi, in Bauchi, and all of that? So the point I'm trying to make is that people need to understand what the law says before you can be made president. The law does not say. Look at what happened in Lagos. Tinubu won more local governments in Lagos than Peter Obi did. And yes, Peter Obi, because he has more votes than Tinubu, that's why they said he won Lagos. But it is not an actual twin that the law envisages. The law envisages that you just win majority of lawful vote cast, total, and then 25% in at least 2/3 of Nigeria. So people need to they need to bear that in mind before they come out criticizing the electoral process and claiming that they have been rigged up. So in Enugu, where people scored 97% or 98% of the votes, there was no rigging there. There was no rigging in the entire party in favor of Peter. They loved him so much. And now, because somebody else has done well in other states, they are alleging rigging. I mean, people need to get their facts right. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, Jide, we need to take a short break. We will return after this break. Then when we come back, we'll look at some other issues of intervention by prominent Nigerians and even the international community and so many other things. Inside, we'll return in a moment. Please don't go away.
Young, life is so exciting. But what happens when you get older? Things start to slow down, and that is the wrong time to be broke. Everyone aspires to work and retire well, but millions of people just aren't saving nearly enough to give them the standard of living that they hope for when they do. But a pension plan makes up for this by providing financial protection when your energy is not what it used to be. You worked for your pension. Now your pension will work for you. Trust Fund Pensions Limited presents The Pension Pot. Listen to The Pension Pot and learn all you need to know about organizing your finances to live a rich, full life well into your latter years. Join me, Stanley Bentu, on The Pension Pot. The Pension Pot, as it comes your way every Wednesday at 2 p.m. only on Citizen FM 93.7. Trust Fund Pensions Limited is here to help you manage and grow your retirement savings so you remain prepared for uncertainties and are able to fulfill your post-retirement aspirations. The Pension Pot. The Pension Pot. Don't miss it.
Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy.
Thank you for staying tuned. It's still Insight on Citizen FM 93.7, and we've been discussing the fallout of the presidential and National Assembly election. And my guest has been Jide Ojo, a media professional and also a colleague. Jide, thank you for standing by.
My pleasure.
Yes, you can still be part of this show by joining us on our live stream on YouTube. Type in Citizen FM 93.7. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook at Citizen FM Abuja, on Instagram at Citizen FM 937, also on Twitter at Citizen FM 937. And the phone lines are open. You can call us on 0903 29797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818 2222206. Any of these numbers, let's talk. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. Oh, we already have a caller here. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Yes, Bode, please go ahead.
It's not Bode, it's Patrick.
Oh, Patrick, sorry. I got it mixed up. Patrick, please go ahead.
Good morning to Mr. Jide Ojo. He accused former President Olusegun Obasanjo of being partisan. But right now, through his comments, he too is being partisan. When he says that Obi cannot win this election, I think if he says that the former president is partisan, I expect him to not be partisan, because we should be neutral. Any of the candidates can win the election should be a better statement coming from him. Well, he rightly just condemned with Peter Obi that he cannot win the election, and I wonder why. That's on the lighter note. Then my question to him, I don't know if he can hear me. Mr. Lawrence. Hello.
Patrick, you can go ahead. He's listening.
Okay. My question to Mr. Jide is Mr. Jide just saying that this election met his expectations? That's my question to him.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick. I'm sure that Jide, I hope you got that.
What is his question? I didn't get the question.
Okay, Patrick, are you still on the line? Okay, Patrick has gone. I didn't get his question actually. I'm sure he's going to get callers back. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Ike. I'm calling from Airport Road.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Okay. I listened to the analyst, Mr. Jide Ojo. Even the way I addressed Obasanjo, the ex-president. The Mr. Jide Ojo, with due respect, you are even a politician by your statement. Yeah, I think he's just like more than a political party member from the statement he's making, because we are listening to the analysts like Mojic, Dr. Mojic. When you want to give analysis, he used to be excellent. I don't like to miss it. So, but your analysis of the this Jide Ojo is like, I don't know. Let me not say something that will not, but I'm ashamed of him as an analyst. If you have come up already and say that I'm a politician, then you speak as a politician. We will contribute. But the bottom line is that Nigeria are angry. I know he's a politician versus an analyst, but we are angry. The election is very, very, very bad, in the sense that we Nigerians are crying. It's unfortunate. I'm not talking about because of this person will win or this person will not win. We are talking about how to get Nigeria better. If we have the kind of Jide Ojo in our society today, this is the people that think a country under a minute with the analysis is giving. I'm telling you, I'm just listening. I'm ashamed that just like if I'm there, I will close his mouth. He's a politician. He didn't claim or hide under the result of being an analyst and speak what will turn the Nigeria upside down again. Please, with due respect, you cannot tell us whether Obi will win. Obi is a person. Obi is a Nigerian. Are you getting me? We Nigeria, we know what we want to vote, whether Obi or anybody. But if he's trying to campaign, this is not hour of campaign, as the law says. Campaign have come and gone, but Jide Ojo is coming to campaign and claiming that it's an analyst. I'm telling you, I'm ashamed. I don't want to be partake in this kind of thing. Bring a better analyst for us next time, at least. Dr. Mojib is a very excellent one. This man will put Nigeria in mess. I beg. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for your intervention. I think pretty much everyone has a right to their opinion, and I'm sure that Jide is online and he can respond to your
let me respond to my brother. You see, this is the kind of emotion that we display that we thought we knew better than everyone else. I mean, I'm not Professor Chukwuma Charles Oludo, who is even an Igbo like Peter Obi, who already foretold this defeat for Peter Obi. Now you said I'm a politician. Can you give me the go and fish out my card, my membership card of any of the political parties? You see, people are averse to the truth. They want to hear their own truth. They want to hear their own view through the mouth of another person. I'm not that kind of analyst. You may disagree with what I have to say, but I'm entitled to my opinion. The truth as has come out is that you cannot have a Christian president. You must have and work towards a Nigerian president. What Peter Obi was pushing for was a Christian president, hoping that Christians will make him president. And Christian community alone cannot make a person in Nigeria president. That is where he missed the point. But people are advanced to the truth. You are entitled to your opinion, just like I'm entitled to my opinion. I don't want to join issues with anybody, but if you think my opinion is partisan, so be it. But today that because former President Olusegun Obasanjo is supporting Peter Obi, now he's a very great man, he's a statesman. But this is the same man who conducted the worst election in the history of Nigeria. This is the same man under whom there were four party chairman of PDP. This is the same man under whom there was 5 president of the Senate, because he could not tolerate anybody that wants to oppose him. So if today, all of a sudden, because Segun Obasanjo is supporting Peter Obi, is now a saint, well, so be it. That is your own truth. But Obasanjo is like is a Yoruba like myself. I've had cause in the past. I've written against Obasanjo in the past. So anybody that wants to tell me that because I hold a contrary view to what they felt is their own truth, they are entitled to their opinion, just like I'm entitled to my own opinion.
Okay, Jide, let's move on. What will you say to calls on the president to intervene in the controversy, whatever that means? What exactly?
The President Buhari does not have a role in this election. He cannot intervene. The people that can intervene is the court. And I've said it earlier on. See, if you claim that your mandate has been stolen, gather evidence and go to court, go to tribunal. After all, in 8 states, tribunals have been able to retrieve stolen mandate and restore it to. Even Peter Obi was a beneficiary of that in 2006. So if he believes so much in the rule of law and he believes that he has been rigged out of this election, let him approach the court. But Atiku is a veteran of using rule of law. Let him approach the court. Not that they will call people to violence, not that they will call people they will call on chairman of INEC to cancel election. The chairman of INEC does not have the power to cancel this election. He can only review. He can review the results of any of the states based on the powers given to him by Section 65 of the Electoral Act. But he cannot cancel. He does not have the power to cancel this result. He can only, whoever is aggrieved can and should approach the court for redress. That is what I would advise. And Obasanjo should stop fanning the ember of discord in Nigeria. He has pathological hatred for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Remember the fight, the rough fight they fought in the early 2000s over the creation of additional and local council development authority in Lagos, where he seized the funds for the 20 local government of Lagos State. And Tinubu had to challenge the federal government under Obasanjo up to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court said what Tinubu did was right, only that there should be a consequential amendment of the constitution by the National Assembly. Obasanjo never forgave. He never forgave Tinubu since then. And of course, he has pathological hatred for Turaki Adama, Waziri Adama, that's Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He doesn't want him to be president. So he wants his own protege, Peter Obi, to be president. And I'm saying, let's be less dispassionate. You cannot climb to the presidency of Nigeria as a Christian president. If you must win the presidency of Nigeria, you have to carry both religion along. You must carry the Christian community along, the same way you must carry the Muslim community along. When Peter Obi was visiting Bishop Oyedepo, was going around the churches that he never attended, he went to Redeemed Church. What message was he sending to the northern Muslims? What was the message? That he wants to be a Christian president. So he thought the votes of Christians alone will make him president. It's a wrong approach to politics.
Okay.
He may be a successful businessman, and winning election in Anambra is not the same as winning election in Nigeria. Nigeria is far more complex than winning election in a state with less than 3 million people.
All right, Jide, we have just a minute and a half to just round this off. There are allegations flying all over the place. But one of them yesterday, one of the allegations, which is quite unsettling, is the accusation that some political parties are shopping for a court order to stop the collation. Is history going to repeat itself?
That's what I hope not. Lawrence, that's my greatest fear. This idea of if it's not my way, it's highway, my way or highway, it's not helpful. We shouldn't encourage another June 12th because a Yoruba man is costing to victory. Everyone that won and lost this election is known to them already. What is happening at Abuja level is validation. Now people want to scuttle this democracy. They think that will serve the country better. They have to have a rethink. And I plead with the judiciary, the judges, not to give any ex parte order that will hold us back, that will cause us a repeat of June 12, 1993 general election. History should not repeat itself in this context. And people should shine their eyes. Those who are egging them on to protest, to cancellation of this election are the real enemy of Nigeria. They are the real enemies of Nigeria, and they need to shine their eyes and be less emotional. I rooted for Peter Obi. I have always written, in fact, I have written a couple of articles on why I believe in the Igbo presidency. It's there in my column in the Punch. But this is not the way to go about it. You cannot run a campaign that is exclusion, that excludes a significant portion of Nigeria, thinking that only the Christians and the Igbos will make you president. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And that's where Peter Obi needs it. And I'm making a passionate plea to my brothers from every part of Nigeria to use their sense, not to lose their sense. Let's use our sense. Let's not die for politicians. Let's be less emotional about this whole thing. And judiciary should not make itself a scapegoat. Nobody, no judge should grant any ex parte order stopping the announcement of this election result. Let's conclude this. Anyone that is dissatisfied should approach the court to get redress.
All right, Jide, we have to leave it at that. There are a lot of other talking points that we will address in the course of the week, and I'm sure, and if you're less busy, one of these days we may have to bring you back. Thank you so much for your interventions, Jide.
My pleasure.
Yes, that's our package on Insight today. We may not be able to take calls. I can see the phones beeping, but we have to move on. Insight will return tomorrow with another interesting topic. My name is Lawrence Umoette. Enjoy the rest of your day.